Card Room Live session 20. Can you believe it? 20 times. Saturday night edition. Haven't done this, I don't think, ever. So we'll see who's around on a Saturday night around 5:15. See who's around and who's up for talking about cards or YouTube or what have you. In the meantime, I'm just going to kind of look around here on all the videos I need to catch up on. Oh snap. Hey man. You and I need to give you a call, especially now that the weather's getting better, and figure something out. How are you doing, man? Hey, Will. Good to see you. Andy, what's up in your collecting life? And Will, for that matter, what are you collecting these days? No idea, man. That's the fun thing about hitting the live button. I have no idea what's going to happen. No agenda. It's just whatever happens. Yeah. Let's definitely do that, man. I'm gonna text you after this. Let's try to nail down a time sometime soon. Really? Okay, so like what, tell me what that means. What sets are you building right now? Are you building like complete sets? Or are you doing like selections like Hall of Famers, or what, which years are you focused on? And we are live. I'm doing well, man. Okay, cool. Complete sets. Okay, so what are you just doing, like everything from the 50s, or like what's your focus on right now? And are you building it raw? Okay. All right. Hey, those are good sets. Those are really good sets. '53 to '56 tops. Okay. It's not the only way to go. But I'll tell you what, if I were doing what you're doing right now, I would definitely build a set raw. For a couple of reasons. One, the prices are just too crazy. And two, there's far less graded common cards out there than there used to be. And part of that's just because of all the craziness at PSA. So I think those are the two big reasons why raw is the way to go. Yeah, and well, that's the thing, is like, do I want to spend $200 on a common card, which is probably what you'd have to do now for graded, given the price hikes and everything else. So yeah, I would say right now raw is the way to go. And plus, as much as I'm very glad I built my set when I did, and I'm glad to have it graded, there is something to be said about actually holding the cards and getting to put them in a binder. I can definitely appreciate that. Yeah, I can appreciate that too. Yeah, that makes total sense. When you're starting out, especially with set building, I think it helps to have somebody to kind of bounce your ideas off of, especially somebody that's done it before. And um, you can learn from their mistakes or just from their knowledge. Everything, man. Everything. I've got for me, a big purchase coming in that I'm excited about. First big purchase of 2022, um, that I will be excited to show when it comes in. It's an unusual piece, but it's awesome. Not to hype it up, but I'm excited about it. But aside from that, I haven't really been pulling the trigger a lot lately. Just sort of taking it easy. I'm pretty happy with my collection. Not that I'm done. I'll never be done, but I've also been kind of looking at my card room a lot and kind of reorganizing it and making purchases that are more about just sort of like fixing up the room. So my focus has changed a little bit temporarily. Um, but yeah, it's a pre-war pickup, and yeah, this year, like all my pickups so far have been pre-war, which was supposed to be my original focus when I finished building the 53 set, and then uh, I got sucked up into the 1950s, which is not a bad thing. But yeah, I've kind of leaned back into pre-war a little bit. I mean, going back and forth just based on opportunities, right? Good deals, good prices when I see them. It's not like I say to myself, okay, I'm only going to collect pre-war now. I'm pretty much ready for whatever comes my way. It's more about the deals that I find, or just how excited I am about a particular opportunity, the condition of the card, whatever it might be. That's the kind of stuff that I'm really paying attention to, as opposed to saying I'm only going to collect, this year or this player. Um, I can't really stick to that. Who else is in here? Who else has got some hobby news to share? What are you all chasing out there? And is there anything anybody wants to look up? I've got eBay open here, ready to go. If anybody has any ideas of stuff to look up. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, for me it's pre-war, it's post-war, mostly 1950s, but I do have some cards that I'd like to get from the 60s and 70s. and more recently. But it's mostly pre-war 50s and autographs, autographed baseballs, specifically pitchers and Phillies players and certain team signed baseballs. The one thing that worries me about diversifying too much is if I have too many projects going on, um, I I can't do all those projects justice. There's only so much I can focus on, and if I'm too spread out, um, I'm going to start to wonder if I'm actually getting stuff that I really truly care about, or if I'm just getting stuff, right? And I think those are two different things. Like, it's like getting stuff is not hard. You can go on eBay and just buy a bunch of stuff right now, right? But getting stuff that you truly care about now and care about 5 years from now, that to me takes some time. And I'm very conscious of that because I worry about kind of spreading myself too thin. What do you think will happen to vintage if the lockout cancels regular season games? Um, that's a really good question, and I have no idea. And I'm sure if anybody else in here has some ideas about this question, I would encourage you to share it in the comments. I don't have an intelligent answer to that question, but I will tell you that my reaction to the lockout, if it were to continue and destroy the season, is part of my brain would be like pissed off at baseball, no doubt, and angry about it. And I'd be consuming YouTube videos about people complaining about it because I'm sure many of us would complain about it, rightly so. And the other part of my brain would be like on eBay looking for vintage vintage cards. Like I don't think it's not going to stop me from um, from being interested in collecting baseball cards. Um, in the same way that I remember being a kid in 93, 94 when all of that happened. I was a teenager. And that definitely stung because it was my first, I was a kid and I was pretty innocent. It was my first realization that this was, the innocence of what I thought baseball was kind of abruptly kicked in the balls, I guess. I guess. And that stung, but I recovered from that. I took a break from baseball for a few years after that, but I got back into it eventually. And I think the same would be true of this. It's like, as you get older, you realize the the politics and the corruption and all that kind of stuff. Cynically, it's there, and it definitely sucks. But somehow I can separate it. Now, is it going to affect it in terms of like people being bored and the prices going up because in the absence of baseball, people are more likely to be buying stuff or less likely to be buying stuff? I don't know. Not sure. Feel the same about too many projects. I originally was going to go for the entire Thompson Bowman run. Got to be too much and was just buying stuff like you said. I just got like, yeah, I mean, everybody's got to, be, you've got to do your own thing, right? And for some people, I don't think it's a problem or, they're cool with it. For me, because I know that I'm capable of like just acquiring stuff, I really try to keep a grip on it because I don't want it to get out of control. And I don't want to wake up one day and like look around and be like, oh my gosh, I'm drowning in baseball cards and I don't even really know what I have. That would be a frightening occurrence for me. So because I know I could do that, because that could happen, I really try to limit um, what I go after. I'm going to put the link in here for anybody that wants to jump on, so it's not just me Talking to myself. Vintage will go up as people will abandon modern because of anger towards the modern game. Yeah. Possibly, but my first thought is people that are into modern that are not really into vintage are not into vintage because it's this concept that doesn't make sense to them. Like I've heard a lot of people say like, well, why would I collect a card that represents a player that I've never seen play before? And that's a good reason not to collect vintage. You know, if you're not, if it's like, okay, yeah, I've heard that guy's name before, but I don't really care about that guy. I don't have any personal connection to them. I never saw them play. I didn't grow up watching them play. Why should I collect them? It's like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. So I guess maybe if someone's like really pissed off about what's happening now, but wants to counteract that and go back to, you know, the earlier days when things weren't so bad, yeah, maybe that would be the case. But I feel like if you're not collecting vintage, it's because you're not into it. And I don't know that would really change. I just put the StreamYard link in there if anybody wants to hop on and talk. Flippers will just jump ship from baseball completely because vintage isn't a quick flip. Yeah, well, I mean, heck, you know what? I mean, I really hope it doesn't happen, but I mean, I for one am tired of I'll say this. I've got a group chat going with different YouTubers. I'm sure we all do. And one of the comments made recently was like, I'm kind of tired of people telling me what I should collect, like which card is the big hot card, or what should I sell, or what should I buy. It's like, man, can we just get back to collecting baseball cards? And I have to agree. You know, like this whole side of the business, although it totally has a valid place, to me personally is also just really tiresome. But I'm a vintage guy, right? So what the heck do I know? I know there's more people than just Will in here. Where are the rest of you guys? Hello, my fellow lurkers. I know what it's like when you like sign into a live chat and you just kind of passively listen. I know that drill. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters. I mean, if you can still get excited about a card coming in, then you're doing it right. No way. No way.
No way.
Cool.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. How are you, man?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. This is a first.
Not really, but yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a first publicly. Yeah. At least here.
Yeah.
What's
For
going
sure.
on your end?
Not much. Trying to figure out the volume here.
You hear me okay?
Yeah. Let me see. I can't get the audio. I think I gotta get headphones.
Okay, well, Go for it, man. We'll keep the.
Yeah, let me try and go get the headphones. I can't. I'll be right back.
Okay, all good.
Cool.
Do you think they're gonna play all the MLB games this season? Yeah, Carlisle. I have not really thought about it. I sure as hell hope so. I haven't really been keeping up with it, to be honest. I've definitely been paying attention to other crazy things going on in the world, which seem more important than baseball. But I sure hope they figure it out. I don't know if anybody in here knows any like latest and greatest news about it. I know that there have been meetings and a lot of back and forth and speculation, but I really don't know. Be curious to hear from all of you guys. If you have any thoughts on the season. All right, let's try this again. Good?
Nope.
No. How about now? Anything? No.
Nah, screw it. Could hear you through this, I guess. So what's up?
You hear me all right?
I can hear you. So.
Okay. Cool. What's going on your end?
Nah, I just got out of work.
Okay.
Perfect timing, Alex.
Yeah. I mean, this is I don't think I've done this on a Saturday night before, so figured to give it a try. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on your end, collecting wise?
Not much. Kind of slowed down. So these past couple months, not really picked up too much.
Is it like prices or okay? That's a nice card.
No, I just been busy. Haven't really been looking too much. I mean, I showed you one earlier. This one.
Yeah. Here, there you go.
Venezuelan bubblegum PC.
Awesome.
So, not much.
Where'd you find that? eBay or?
Yeah. This guy in particular, I reached out to him. He's in Venezuela. And I asked him if he had it, and sure enough he did. So shipping got me a little bit on that one, but it's all right.
All right, got a question for you. Jesse, a buddy of mine got a vintage glove at an estate sale that came up with a bunch of Feller items. I was going to send you some pics to help me get some more info.
Yeah, sure enough, send it. I can't hear. You could just send it to my email, jesseberber@gmail. I'll check it out.
That's cool. Are you still like, where are you with your glove collecting? Is there like a goal in mind, or is it just sort of like opportunistic for you? Like gloves that
No
you
real
come
goal. I
across?
mean, just if I see a rare glove or anything that I like, I'll jump on it. But it's like everything, like cars. I'll do it for a little bit, stop, move on to something else, come back to it, kind of like a refresher, kind of.
Right.
I'm not always looking, but I mean, I have enough now. Yeah, all the other stuff that I want is just too pricey.
Right.
All that 19th century stuff, all that's 4 figures. I'm not gonna spend that much on those right now.
Here's a question from Mike. Jesse, do you collect 1960s era Topps Baseball Venezuela cards?
I haven't gotten into it. This is the first Venezuelan card I got. I know how condition sensitive these are, but I mean, I only really have this one. You know, been really going after these bubblegum ones, so
Yeah.
keeping it fun right now, keeping it kind of cheap right now. But yeah, eventually I do have a few. I want to get the Campanella, maybe some other ones,
Mhm.
but I'm not real focused on those right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a long. I've got a list of cards that are like my all-time like wish list or whatever, and I haven't looked at it in a while. But if I had to guess, I would say too big a percentage of them are just too pricey right now.
Yeah,
So it's like looking at those cards, it's just depressing because it's like, all right, I'm not getting that card. So, like you said, it's you have to kind of change
I was
up
actually
your.
looking through a few yesterday. Some of the nanos are just really crazy money right now. You're looking
Yeah,
like 10,000, 7,000 for some of those, and they're like in two PSA twos, or it's crazy
right,
money.
right. What do you think of the 54 Bowmans?
Me in particular, I mean, I
Yeah,
like them. I like the 53s more, but
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
be
I
that. I
think
think I might only have maybe two. Let me see,
really. Wow.
54s.
Yeah,
I think I only have two.
I used to have more. I sold them all. I still have the Willie Mays, which I'm glad because when I paid for that card, it was gosh 4 years ago and was dirt cheap compared to what it is now.
Yeah, I got this one,
Yeah. Oh wow, that's a nice one.
and then I got the Pee Wee.
I love the Pee Wee. It's a great one.
So yeah, those are pretty much the only ones I've gotten so far. I would like to get the Duke Snyder, the maybe the Mano eventually, but
Yeah, I was going to say the Mantle is still. I mean, it's pricey, but it's like one of the more reasonable mantles
yeah,
from that period.
yeah, for sure.
I like the Mantle, the Ted Williams for sure, which is just a
Yeah,
crazy card. But
makes me think of the '89 Bowman. When we used to get those and those inserts.
oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think the 54s are. I mean, people think of them as like a letdown after the 53.
yeah,
Um, I actually read this article a few days ago where they talked about like people talk about the 53 Bowman cards being so expensive because they were color photographs. It's like, yeah, that's part of it. It was also just because the process that they used to make those cards was really expensive. So after that set was done, not only did they do the black and whites, but then the next year they went back to painting the cards, which is why the 54 cards are look the way they do. They're like black and white, and then they just kind of selectively paint parts of the cards, so they don't look as nice as the 53s. But I still think there's like cool ones in that set.
yeah. There are. How about you? Have you been picking up anything?
Yeah, I've got well, and you're not allowed to spoil it. But I've
Yeah,
got
but
something
other
coming
than
in.
those,
Yeah, and that's
what
it.
else
Like
are you looking at?
aside from that, I have not. I'm not pulling the trigger on anything right now. But I've been looking at like I don't know, like pre-war common stuff. I just love that kind of stuff because it's reasonable and it's fun. It's just fun to like pick up that kind of stuff. Like the Diamond Stars. It's just a lot of fun.
I know I still got to get a few, some of those to my PC, but I don't know. I get stuck in one area and then jump to another, and then, you know, I got to diversify my PC a little bit more.
Right. So Carlisle says he saw your Tris speaker video, inspired him to pick up the 1929 Churchman's cigarette. Oh, are you talking about
Wait,
my video or Jesse's video? I think you're talking about the baseball card video I got. Here, give me 1 second. Maybe he's talking about this card. This is the Turf Cigarettes, 1925. Yeah. Yeah, this card's a lot of fun. I love this kind of stuff. It's really well made, and it's not anything that's like super sought after, so it's not like hugely expensive. So that works for me. Let's see. Some really nice 54 Bowmans, but not a standout set of the era. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would say I like 54 Bowman more than a lot of the tops, to be honest. But yeah. Okay, cool. So pick 54. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of 58 tops.
No, there's probably a handful of cards I like from that set. I like the Hank Aaron and the green.
Let me do the eBay share here. Yeah, what I do like in 58 tops is the All-Star cards.
Yeah, I'm still trying to work on those. I think I got maybe like 10 left.
10 left. Wow. How many are there roughly?
About 21 or 22.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see. I slowed down on that one too. I wanted to complete it last year.
Yeah, those are good looking.
I also fell asleep on the Aaron too. That one was a real cheap card not too long before his death. And now it's way up there. Let me see. Here's what I got so far. If you can see it.
Hold on 1 sec. Go ahead. Oh, wow. Stengel and who is it? Fred
Haney?
Fred Haney. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that before.
Yeah. And then here's one a lot of people haven't seen, and I just got it just because it was a fun contest card.
Oh.
Every
Okay,
time I
so,
show this one, not too many people recognize this one or are familiar with it.
all right, so what's the contest? What do you actually have to do?
See that? I guess I'm not even sure. You would save up, I guess, the bazooka wrappers and send them in. I guess you could get a bunch of prizes. You got money.
$5 a week.
$5 per week. A week. A
Which as a
17-inch
kid is
portable
fantastic.
TV.
Yeah.
Just a bunch.
Yeah. I really like that one. A Stan Musial.
Yeah. Triple printed. Very popular card. First tops. Johnny Temple. You got the Blue Jacket 66.
Yes, totally.
Right. Eddie Matthews. Frank Malzone. This is one of my favorites too. The Ernie Banks.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. That's a good one. I'm gonna bookmark that actually. Something about those. I mean, it's so simple, but those stars in the background, like just make it.
Yeah, not only that too. I kind of like the fact that it's the first All Star set they had.
Right.
Frank Robinson, Willie Mays.
Yeah.
The Mano,
Sweet.
and then Bob Friend. So the tougher ones for me is probably end up being, or like the pricier ones would be the Williams, and
Right.
after that it's fairly cheap.
58 Tops is Musial's first Tops card, right?
Yeah.
That's the case. Triple printed 58 Mantle was a card that Bob Costas used to carry around in his wallet into his adulthood. Okay.
Yeah. I've heard of that one.
Yeah, I really like that.
No, right now, I'll go right now in a minute. Ask Ava. I'll go right now.
So Jesse, what's going on with pre-war for you right now? Because
Pre-war.
yeah, just to me, it seems like you've picked up more of that recently.
Not really. It's just stuff I had already, kind of. I mean, what have I picked up recently? Picked up the Branch Rickey and the
Yeah.
postcard. That's probably been my most recent.
How did you come across that one? Like,
What's that?
how did you come across that one? Like, did you just look up Branch Rickey or
Yeah, that was
towards?
one of the ones I had on my saved list, and it popped up, and I liked that one. I like the tone, the color on it.
Because
I
that's a
just didn't
guy.
realize once I got it.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said I didn't realize how big it would be once I got it. I thought it was a little smaller.
Right.
The huge one.
I mean, Branch Rickey's a guy. Yeah, let me show that.
Yeah.
It's so good. I mean, that's a guy that I would like to have something of in the collection, but he has so little.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of stuff, so.
And what there is like, I mean, the Cracker Jack would be awesome, but it's really
Yeah, that
expensive
one's
and
yeah,
rare.
really expensive. The other one was the 41, also the Cardinal set. That one's pretty cool too.
Mhm.
But I haven't seen one. I passed up on one just because it had I can't remember if it was paper loss or something on the top of it. I haven't seen one since.
Right. I like to do this sometimes, like just type the guy's name in and put in a grading company and see what there is.
Yeah.
And okay, this is kind of interesting. I mean, it's really expensive, but original photograph with
I got a book I need to show you since we kind of both like the old pre-war stuff as far as photographs.
Yeah.
Picked up another nice one. Has some cool stuff in it.
What's it called?
I gotta go get it. I forgot the title of it. I got this one though. This is an auction book. This is Christie's from 2016.
Mm-hmm.
These are all the photographs they had at that auction. They have some really nice ones in here. Just for the images alone, it's worth it.
Oh,
This would be right up Rick's alley right here.
Rick, where are you?
Show you a few. Yeah. Let me see what I can get right here. This is a really nice book. I'll send you a picture of it later.
Yeah, please. I'm trying to find it right now.
It's called The Golden Age of Baseball Photography. It's all photographs that they sold at. You might recognize that one.
Do you mind me asking how much you paid for it?
I got this. I want to say like four years ago, 2017. I think I paid like $30 for it.
Okay, because I see one listed at for $90
Oh yeah,
on eBay. Let me check in.
you might want to wait for it to pop
Yeah.
up. Another one to pop up. Here's a
That's
nice Larry
amazing.
Doby.
Oh wow! Holy crap!
I mean, this one's full of really nice images. Recognize this one?
Oh yeah, yeah. Didn't somebody just? I think Brian just got that card, like really recently.
Rube Waddell. Looks like he's in the backyard, right?
Yeah, all those. I mean, all those pre-war pictures look like they're in somebody's backyard.
I know. Sometimes I'm looking for like just common players, as long as there's like a cool background on there. Doesn't have to be Hall of Fame or anything. Just
Oh wow, that's amazing. In a New York uniform. I'm gonna add it to my watch list just so I don't forget about it. But I'm not paying them.
yeah, I'll send you the other book I picked up, and those are cheap too. I think I paid like $4 for that one.
Eddie Waddell, awesome.
Yeah. Just a lot of cool stuff going through it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then it tells you what the starting, auction would be. But a lot of these are just went probably for a lot.
Oh wow. Holy crap, yeah. But you know what? Just like having the book, it's like
Yeah.
I can live without having spent millions of dollars on those
Right?
pictures.
Shoot, I even thought about getting an extra and just cut them out and frame them up.
Don's Field of Dreams cards is having a heart attack that you're live, Jesse.
Right? Only on your channel, right?
It's YouTube first.
One second. I'll go in a minute, tell Eva.
Have you seen these books before, Jesse?
Let me see. Pull that one up.
It's the Charles Conlon books.
That's the one. That's the one I just picked up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just got it.
I've got that one as well. There's two of them actually. There's this one, and actually, I think I have to type in Charles Conlon for this to come up. Let's see, Charles.
I really do think if you find this one, pick it up. You're really gonna like this one. I think it's a little better than the other one, but
oh, I spelled his name wrong. Yeah, no. From what you just showed me, those photographs were incredible.
Yeah, some of these team pictures in
here. This is the other one, Jesse. It's called The Big Show.
I think I've run across it. I just haven't grabbed that one yet.
Yeah. No,
I'll send you a few pictures, or I'll text you some images. I have another one. I like getting a lot of these just to go through them, see what's selling and what kind of things are out there.
Right.
And I'll send you one. You'll really like that one too. I don't know how much it's worth now, but How about Shoeless Joe and his shotgun?
Well, hold on one sec. Wow. In uniform.
In uniform.
That's crazy.
Just stuff like that.
Here. So here's the big show.
Okay.
Let's see if I can pull out a few. It's a picture book show tonight, guys. Here's a great one of Gehrig.
Oh yeah.
I think that's his Gaudy card,
Yeah.
the full pose one.
A lot of his photographs ended up being used as for cards.
Classic Ruth.
Yeah.
The nice thing about this book too is it's got a little write up on each player, and it's not just players; it's also like team owners and executives. You guys are watching me and Jesse flip through books.
Right.
Oh, wow. That's great. That's a card too.
There goes the sub count, Alex.
Hey, that's what this live thing
What card is this one right here?
Oh man, yeah. Is this all from that auction book still?
Yeah.
Wow.
All these were sold at that year or that in this auction.
That's crazy. Yeah, that book beats this book. I mean, there's some great pictures, and here's Chief Bender. Pretty nice pose.
Rogers Hornsby.
Oh, nice.
I think they also have
I'm a sucker for leaping photographs.
Josh Gibson.
Oh man, you know what? I just read an article. I'll send it to you, Jesse, and but anybody else that's interested, you can look it up. I found this the other day. It's like an article about the guy who has the biggest Negro Leagues baseball card collection. And, obviously, like Negro Leaguers didn't have a lot of cards made in the U.S., but they had a ton of cards made in like Cuba and just South America in general.
Yeah.
And this guy has a ton of them, and they're super rare. And one of the cards, like the article has a bunch of photographs from his collection, and he's got this Josh Gibson card, which is just gorgeous. I've never seen it before. And he said everybody thinks the Honus Wagner is the card, and he's like, I think this is the card, like just in terms of,
I think the rarity on that one is even more scarce than the Wagner.
the rarity, but also like the desire to have the card,
Yeah.
It's incredible.
You don't see those.
It's a shame. I mean, like Josh Gibson is a player that I'd love to have like a playing days card for. Just pretty non-existent.
Yeah. I don't know that that's gonna happen for us, Alex.
Yeah, no. We can talk about it. Here's another. Where is it? Mathewson. Hard to negotiate this. Well, good morning over in the Republic of Korea.
Hey,
KBO.
George, what's up?
Yeah, you know what, Carlisle, I think a lot of these are. I mean, Butterfinger Premiums are one. That's a set that I've only recently learned about, and I've been kind of watching those on eBay, and those are some amazing photographs. I've always wondered if the batting averages back then were higher because of the gloves. Yeah. I don't know, Jesse. You're the glove expert. How easy is it to catch a baseball with those gloves?
Not that easy. It forces you to use both hands, though. Wish I could use
Right.
them now to train some of the kids. Make them use both hands. They rely too much on just that one catch.
Yeah, Jamie Moyer, when he was pitching for the Phillies, when they won in 2008, he was known for, if somebody hit a pop up, especially if it was in the infield, he would yell "two hands"
Right?
to his
You see
players,
it all the time.
like a
All the
little league
time.
coach.
I actually was tempted to do that when my boy was a little younger. Like I helped coach. I was like, man, I'm gonna take a few of these out there and have them use these, But
Have you guys seen the Plows card of Wagner up for auction? It's beautiful. Yeah, I definitely looked that up as soon as John
those are nice.
mentioned it. Let me find it again for anybody who may have not seen it.
Yeah, I watched that video. Really nice cards.
Let's see. This is not the auction, but it's an article about the auction. So here's the. Oh, you guys can't see it. Hold on.
Hey, you can't beat this one out, can you?
Whoa. Just hanging out, Just another card in the collection for Jesse.
Mint 9, come on.
Yeah, I kind of want to get one too, just to have it sitting around,
Right?
Why not? It's a baseball card, right?
Like Pepino PSA. Well, this one in this case, SGC Dreaming, right?
All right, so here it is.
I'll go in a minute.
This is the Wagner 1912 E300 Plows Candy Honus Wagner.
What do you think those are going to end up selling for?
Yeah, I'm afraid to even guess.
Right? And it's a 7, right?
You know what I like about it though? It's not just that they're rare, but they're so cool. I mean, that's such a great shot of Wagner.
Oh yeah, action shot. The background.
Yeah, it's so great.
Everything about it is just really nice.
Honestly, Wagner, for being as huge a player as he is, I don't think he has that many great looking cards. And now, this card to me is like, oh my gosh, one of the best.
Yeah, for sure.
And then this one, I mean, this is a pretty standard shot of Cobb, but it's still great.
There's only one I'm ever gonna have, I think.
Yeah, with his jaw.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that one, which is great, and then let's see. Let's look up Wagner. What do you guys all think about anybody in the chat? What's your favorite Wagner card? Assuming that we're not talking about the T206. You've got this card, Caramel, which is not that thrilling for me. And then let's see.
Which one is the other one that kind of has that same it's similar to the T206. It's the is it the Caramel or Sporting News? One of those?
Oh,
1910?
yeah, it's the Sporting Life. Yeah,
Sporting
it's
Life.
essentially the same card. It's just got a different. Here it is.
Yeah.
Coloration to it. I like it. I think it's still incredibly pricey, But
Yeah.
the Cracker Jack, yeah, that's a good one. Well, all right, so there's this one. This is the Dockman and Sons, which is like, I don't know. Doesn't really do it for me either. I like. No, this is not a great example of it. Let me see if I can find one. E95. The E95, I've kind of come around to. This one,
Okay.
it's like I don't know why for Wagner so often they've chosen these weird angles where it's like it doesn't really stand out as being him.
All right.
Somebody mentioned a Cracker Jack. Let's see.
Give me a second, Alex. I'll be right back.
Okay, sure thing. This is a reprint, obviously, but I mean that one's a good one. I guess I just would prefer Wagner in action, especially after seeing the one the Plouse Candy one. Let's see. I don't know. Anybody have any Wagners that they? This is kind of a cool one. That's a famous photograph.
Oh, that was nice. Which one's that from?
1917 Collins McCarthy.
I
Only
feel like that.
8,000. You know.
Only.
Here's an interesting one. I have a card from this set, the R312. This is him as a manager. Floyd Vaughn, the present Pirate shortstop, and coach Hans Wagner, who was one of the game's greatest. And he's doing his like sidearm to first base. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Don. I've never seen a card or a photo where Wagner looks young.
Right.
That's a good point. Hey, Nina. Good evening. Welcome Saturday night.
Hey, Nina.
Card Room Live. We're looking at Honus Wagner and pretending we could actually get any of these cards. I mean, some of these maybe you could get someday.
SGC Dreaming.
That is right. Don, I remember when you did that, going to his grave site. Oh, there's some Teddy Baseball.
Sharpshooter.
Mm-hmm.
A Bob Lewis special.
Yeah. There's a card in that set that I want. What was that? Ted Williams Fleer. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of good cards in that set. But like Ted Williams is another guy that I'm not as excited about most of his cards. I'm certainly his rookie. A lot of people like it because it's black and white. I think it's great. But there's one card in that Fleer set that I really like. Let's see if I can find it here. What year was that set released?
59 Fleer.
59.
Ted Williams.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, let's see. 1959 Fleer. Ted's back. This one. I just really
Okay.
like this. It's just kind of classic Ted Williams pose.
I don't know why, but I'm thinking Mikey, G's Mikey has that one for some reason or another. You know how sometimes you see a card and you think makes you think of
Yeah,
a
you just associate it with
YouTuber.
somebody. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's look this one up. The 1911 Jones, Kaiser, and Aris. 1911. Yeah. So let's see. Wow, this is a fun set.
Oh yeah.
Where's the Wagner? There it is. Kind of hard to see, but let's see if I can find a bigger sized image of it. It's beautiful though. They're really rare. I have a link to an auction that had it. Yeah, you know what? I think that's the same picture for a kind of baseball greats that Golden Press did, 1961 Golden Press.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if I can find that. This might be my favorite Wagner card, even though it's not a playing days card. Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same image. It's like, holy crap! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's Honus Wagner.
Yeah.
I mean, I would much rather have the one that that the Norwegian here. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. That you just
That
called
set
out.
has some really nice images.
But the Golden Press, yeah, it's like it's really cool. I mean, it's not playing days, but it's still interesting. Kind of like the E90 to 92 or the E91. It has a purple or blue background. Yeah. What was it? E90-2.
I've been looking at a lot of T205s right now.
Really?
Yeah, trying to see if I can. What's that?
Like what in particular? Anybody that
The
you're
Tris
looking for?
Speaker, Addy Joss, Christy Matheson. That one's gonna be. I want to be later. Can't do that one right now.
For some reason, I thought you had the Mathewson.
No, that's on my want list.
Or maybe we've just talked about it. Yeah. Yeah, you should get that because of all the
Send it over then.
Yeah. of all the Mathewsons, that's the one that seemed like to me pretty reasonable at the time. At that 2 years ago now. But it's still not. I mean, it's not cheap, but yeah, I love that card. It's a great one.
Yeah, there's a few I want to have that set still.
What are your favorite T205s?
Oh, my favorite all time. I have them right here. Where are they at? These were probably like some of the first ones when I got back into the hobby that I grabbed. Where are they at? Right here. Tinker, 2 Evers, 2 Chance.
Yeah, that's classic. Yeah.
Yeah, I love these. These will be in here for a while.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm not getting rid of these.
Is there a photograph of those 3 guys together? There's got to be, because I can imagine like those 3 cards and then like a nice photograph of them behind it, like as a backdrop.
Oh, there is. There is. There might be. I'll have to check it out. But I think there is. You can find it.
Let's see. Let's see if there's something on eBay. Well, here's like a team shot. See, now I think you know about this, Jesse. This is a guy that creates these wooden versions of baseball cards. I've got a couple of these. And so here's Tinker Evers Chance. This is a really good idea. They're handmade. They're awesome. They're really good quality, and they're pretty reasonably priced.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a Perez Steel. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's kind of like a turkey ring.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Have you gotten into any T206s recently
I have 0 T206s.
What are you waiting for, man?
I've got a bunch of stuff on my list. Let's see, who do I have? I think the problem is the last time I made a list of T206, I made a list before COVID, before the prices got crazy.
Yeah.
And then every time I look at them, it's like, yeah, that's not happening anytime soon.
Like so many others,
yeah.
I put a lot of them off too. I'm trying to get like the Cubs run too, portraits.
Yeah,
And
gosh.
yeah, they got out of control.
Like Scott Reindeer Studios Cy Young portrait. I can't get that because he has to get that. I can't get it anyway. It's really expensive. Nap Lajoie, Christy Mathewson, Walter Johnson, Ty Cobb. Like, yeah, the list I have is just they're too astronomical. I need to look at that list again because I know there's like other great cards in that set, but I'm just not. I have not been paying attention to it. Let's see, 1910 PC 796. I'm going to assume that that's not on eBay right now. So I'll check here. Oh yeah. Okay, so I think you're talking about this card, which is awesome. 1910 PC 796 sepia postcard of Honus Wagner. That's cool. But I think this might be cooler.
Yeah.
The Cobb and Honus Wagner from
That
the
one
World
would be
Series. Nice. That's a dream card for me.
Right?
Every time I start looking at T206 cards, I get a little overwhelmed. So many cool cards with great stories. Yeah. I agree, Nina. I really like Chuck Northside guy's approach to that, which is like he likes the cards, but he's really interested in like the rarity of the backs. and like the history behind that. That's a cool way to go at it. But that set is overwhelming for sure.
Oh yeah, there's so many different ways you can collect that set.
Mhm. Yeah, let me go get it. Give me 1 sec. I've got it. I've got it in two forms. I've got it in Don's Field of Dreams edition,
Yeah,
and then the actual edition. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
here's my form.
Wait, hold on. There you go. Yeah, the porcelain
There's how I
edition.
have it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that cob too. The yellow cob is great.
Oh yeah, that'd be my go-to right there if I were to get a tight cob right there.
Mm-hmm. It's nice.
Yep.
I just try to focus on Ohio-born players or Cleveland or Cincy players. Yeah, that's a good way to approach it. Like, you know what? Now that I think about it, I just got. I'm glad you said that, Nina. I was at Barnes and Noble. I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and this was a while ago. They had a display of Atlanta Braves stuff when the Braves had just won the World Series. You know, I live in Savannah, and one of the books they had on display was Baseball in Savannah. You know, people don't associate Savannah with baseball, but Savannah has a really cool history with baseball. You know, just ask Andy Nostalgic about baseball; he can tell you all about it. Including like Christy Mathewson played here, John McGraw played here, Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, on and on. And so I got the book and I was like flipping through it, and it's really kind of fun to like hear about stadiums that are no longer here and where they used to be, and I really kind of got into that part of it. And there are like Southern Leaguer T206 cards that I don't think are as popular for obvious reasons, but there are some Savannah T206 cards that now I'm kind of thinking about picking up just because it's a little piece of, you know, where I live, which is kind of a fun way to look at it.
There's a city right next to me, kind of here too, and they have kind of like a small museum there too. I guess when Babe Ruth and Luke Gehrig would do their barnstorming
Yeah.
games on the off season, they came and played over here too. Walter Johnson. So I've still been meaning to check that out. But
Yeah. Yeah. I love that stuff because it's just off the radar. But it's like parts of the story in the game that have not been told to death.
right,
Josh, how you doing, man?
get in here.
Yeah, come talk. I'll put the link in once again. Anybody that wants to come chat it up, you're welcome to join.
Been meaning to ask Josh. I keep forgetting. How long does it take to send back a TTM?
Yeah, you feel the presence of the players and the history of the area. Where like I'm reading like, you know, Christy Mathewson used to like warm up in Forsyth Park. I'm like, Forsyth Park, I go there all the time. And now when I go there, it's like, wait, where was he? Where was Christy Mathewson playing? Like it just changes the way you see your surroundings, which is kind of fun.
Yeah. For sure.
The Norwegian, do you have a channel? I'm gonna look you up right now because if you don't, I kind of feel like you oughta. You're dropping all sorts of knowledge. I'm looking you up before I look up the card you just mentioned. Norwegian. You do. I just subscribed. You haven't made a video in 5 months. You should get on it. Well, change that, man. Change it. You've got some autographs, though. I'm a baseball autograph collector, so
That's another thing I've put off for a while now too.
Yeah, no, me too. I mean, I got that Giants baseball, but aside from that, I've not gotten a baseball in a couple of years now. It feels like.
Yeah, same here.
Have you seen the Mathewson from 1910? Oh, look who it is! Dude, Don, good to see you.
Hey guys,
What's up, Don?
I'm representing you today, Jesse.
There you go.
Dude, Don, good to see you. Hey, Don, we got a bit of an echo.
There you go.
Don, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's vibrating, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got a bit of an echo to it.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, it might have been Jesse. I don't know.
Is that better?
That is
No,
better.
I had some pages open. I don't know if that had something to do with it or not.
Oh, okay. All right. We're all good now.
Yeah.
What's going on, Don?
I just thought I'd wear this hat since in
Thank
honor
you.
of Jesse.
KBO.
What's going on now?
What's up, George?
What's going on,
How are you,
everybody?
George?
Pretty good. How's it going?
All right. Good morning, right?
Yeah, morning. I'm just waking up, just getting coffee going, all of that. And that's I've been listening, as coffee gets ready. So
Sure.
yeah, just kind of in a daze at the moment.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Let's see.
we're happy
got
that
everything.
you're sharing your days with us. That's great.
Yeah, well, Sunday morning here. I'm from the future, guys.
Oh, okay.
I can already tell you it's no different than Saturday.
Okay. All right. Well,
Exactly.
at least the world still exists, right? So that's good.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like dinner time for Jesse. What is it, about 5 o'clock where you are, Jesse?
3:30.
3:30. What time is it here? Oh, yeah, I can't read. Never mind. I couldn't say 3:30.
I'm sitting here getting.
Jesse, are you in a cave or like
I'm in the garage right now.
in the garage?
In the garage.
It's a true man cave.
True man cave. I got
Where
rolled
all
out.
your cards are?
What's that?
Is that where all your cards are?
This is where I sort them.
Okay, because you have that nice display case and stuff. I'm like, that can't be.
Yeah, this is where I throw my mail, and then when I'm going through stuff, sorting stuff. So yeah.
Is that because that's the place where you will be least bothered by family members?
You would think so. My son keeps coming in here.
So now I was just while I was listening to you guys, I was making coffee, putting my clothes on. I mean, I'm sure you didn't want to see me with no clothes on, so
I
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Putting clothes on, drinking coffee, getting some cards out to send to SGC. Actually, gonna sub some next week. Actually, just got these back right here a couple days ago.
Cool.
You can probably tell through the back what that one is.
Yeah. Let's see.
That's the Bob Gibson right there.
I was just about to say Gibson, right?
Because most people when they see the back, they're like, "Oh yeah," like because of the cowboy right there. So yeah, that one just got it back. Came back a 3, so that's exactly what I was expecting. So
hey man,
Nice.
that card is just so difficult centering wise. You got a great one.
It is. This one's not bad on the centering. Like it's off center, but like it's got four borders.
Yeah, right.
Quite honest, that's what I was looking for, and it was 4 borders. It was, because so many, like I've seen a lot of, like 5s or 6s and stuff like that, but they've got 3 borders. One of them's gone, And it's like, okay, it has sharp corners and good edges and all that, but you're missing one of the 4 borders, and I just, didn't really get it. But
Yeah.
Well, Alex, are you definitely going to the Nationals?
I definitely want to go. I'll put it that way.
I mean, no.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to figure that out. It's definitely on my mind, though. I'm trying to work out travel plans with the lady friend. So as soon as I get all that worked out, but I'll say this: I'm really trying to make it happen.
So you're not married, but you have a girlfriend and no kids, right?
Travel plans, Alex, it's easy for me to work out travel plans with a lady friend. Lady friend, hi. Say hi to everybody. Oh, hello. Hi.
What about you, Jesse? You're making the
Right.
car.
It's a little bit more difficult on this end. But yeah, I'm trying to make it happen. Don, you're going though, right?
I am. Yep.
Great.
We've got an Airbnb with 6 other YouTubers, so
Oh my gosh.
We're ready to go, and I'm going to drive over with Bob Lewis. So
Great.
Bob
Lewis.
minutes from me, and I actually just had lunch with him on Tuesday, so we got together, and so he's going to ride out with me, and then I'm picking a few guys up at the airport, and we're going to head over.
Awesome. That's like YouTube summer camp right there.
Yeah, it's hopefully we make the show. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Pick me up, Don. I'll go if you pick me up.
Are you going, Jesse?
No.
What? It's only all the way across America.
Right? Maybe when it goes back to Chicago, maybe next year. I don't know.
We've got Rick from San Francisco going and George from Arizona.
You don't have the George from Korea going though, because
No,
I haven't been able to leave Korea in like 3 years now, so I've just been stuck.
We can zoom you in. We can zoom you into the national.
Yeah.
You can purchase a card virtually.
Right. Well, like I said, when I say I haven't been able to leave, the last time I was at home was the summer of 2019. Summer, because I usually would go home in the summers. Went home in the summer of 2019. Pandemic hits. Can't go. Can't go. So yeah. Haven't been home since then. So.
you can go now, can't you?
Yeah, well, so that's the thing. Like, I could have gone. It wasn't a matter of being, locked out of the country or anything like that, so to speak. It was the fact that the quarantine when I came back into Korea was going to basically consume my entire vacation time.
Okay.
So it was so I had 16 days of vacation and 14 days quarantine when you enter Korea. So.
Oh, I see.
So it wasn't going to work. But
is it still like that?
No, not anymore.
Okay.
It's so funny. My vacation just ended and it just changed to like basically nothing again.
Okay.
I think what Korea's been doing is I think they've been upping it when travel season comes and then dropping it off when travel season goes away to basically keep people from leaving the country. And in the name of like stopping it from spreading, but it's wildfire here, so it doesn't matter. They're not going to stop anything. But anyway,
Don, do you have any cards that you're kind of eyeing for the national that you're kind of holding off on, looking forward to get there?
No, not really. Because honestly, if there's a card I like and I see a good deal now, I jump on it. I'm not going to wait.
Right.
Like, to me, I don't feel any sentimental value to picking something up at the national versus getting it now. I know some guys do. Honestly, like I went last year for the first time and got some nice stuff, but I'm really going more to see the guys.
Sure.
than the cars, to be honest. Because I had such a good time last year meeting those guys, and there's a bunch of other guys going this year that I haven't met before.
Right.
You, if you go, Jake, Ray from Philly, George Diamond Yard, Sports Cars, Mangini, Lou Rock. I'm staying with some of those guys, so obviously I'm going to meet them. But that's the main reason I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's a card room
certainly
exclusive.
hope to. Oh yeah.
What's up, Reese?
Yeah.
I certainly hope to get to a national one of these days. Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm curious to
Yeah.
see how this one was, because the first one I hit was the first one after the pandemic. Everyone was
Right.
like, oh my gosh, it was so crowded. And I didn't feel like it was that bad, but I don't have anything to compare it to.
Right.
And people are like, oh, Atlantic City, who wants to go there? And you don't see the town. You're
right.
you go to the events. It's like, I don't care where it is. For me.
Right.
I mean, yeah, Chicago was convenient. But aside from that, it could have been anywhere. Like I didn't see Chicago. I saw the inside.
I mean, I did, but I spent a few extra days. My wife flew out. But if I hadn't have done that, I wouldn't have seen it. And
right.
When you say Chicago, it's not in Chicago. It's 45 minutes north of Chicago. You're not in the city.
Right. Yeah, it's the convention center and the hotel lobby and your bedroom. Yeah. That's pretty much it. But it's a great time. Yeah, it doesn't really matter where it is.
No.
While you guys are working, I'm working over here. I'm just.
That's right. Well, isn't it Sunday there? Oh, that kind of.
No, it's Sunday. Like I said, I got to get these out to the group submitter here tomorrow, and I don't have to get them out tomorrow. He's not sending them out till next week, but I want to get them out tomorrow because tomorrow is an easy day at work because I'll have like a half day, so I just kind of want to get it done tomorrow. So I'm not trying to rush. So, yeah, just this is one of the ones that's going. The 51 Burke Ross Musial.
Yeah, I don't like that guy much.
I know you don't. That's one's going. This isn't going to grade well. It's going to grade. I mean, it looks nice. It like the centering isn't terrible on it. The color is good on it and all that, but it has a crease. But the thing is, if you know anything about the Burke, the Burke.
I'm just kidding.
No, what does it say? If you know anything about them, it's really funny. They're so thick. They're super thick, kind of stock. I mean, they're that vintage, but they're so thick, and the way it's printed, you can only really see the crease on the back. You can't see it on the front, even though it is on the front. So, anyway, but yeah. But
I didn't realize that. I've only seen them. I mean, I only have one, and it's a Musial, but it's slab. So I would have assumed they were thin.
Yeah, they're like I can't really compare it now, but they're pretty thick. I mean, they're thicker. They look like they'd be thin, but.
What's up, Alan?
Sounds like Alan.
Something that Alex doesn't have. There's a T206, right?
Yeah. What's that? I've never even heard of it.
I don't have any of those either.
This one's going to be a pour. It's a Vic Willis, but it's going to be pour. But might as well get it protected, right?
Yeah. All right, so here's a rundown. Nina's not sure if she's going. Alan is trying to. Derek Hardball Crazy, much more likely for Chicago 2023.
Where the heck do you live?
Not sure. How about the rest of you guys? One way or the other. Who else is going to Atlantic City?
Nina's holding out for Cleveland.
Yeah.
Me too. That would only be a 2-hour drive for me. And I wasn't into collecting the last time it was in Cleveland. But.
Right. It's still right.
My last national was 91.
What's that?
My last national was 91 in Anaheim.
91.
Yeah.
Did they have
Oh,
nationals back then?
That
Hey, Alex was like 4 back then.
Yeah.
was what? It was a while ago.
I'll tell you one thing about like preparing these cards, like these poorish cards for submitting to SGC. You know how they can be kind of hard to get into like the semi-rigids. Well, you don't really have to worry too much about these because they're already damaged enough. So not like I'm going to knock a 1 down to a 1, right? So.
Reese, if you can do it, man, you should definitely try.
Yeah, Reese, you have no excuse. A couple hours away.
Yeah.
You know, George, you were talking about the lower grades. For me, when I send my cards in, I have no expectations. You know, I'm a big graded fan. I just want them slabbed.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm the
if they get
same.
a
Like,
2, fine. If they get a 7, fine. Like I'm not selling them. So I just want them to be real, not fake.
exactly. There's the Frankie Frisch Gowdy. So
Cool.
right there. That's going. Yeah. Well, you talk about you just want them to be real. This one right here came back real.
Yeah.
It's like big messes on that one.
Who messes with an umpire card? Who trims
Well,
an umpire card?
They mess with this umpire card because in high grade, this is about a $500 to $800 card, and it would have graded pretty high, actually.
No offense.
George, how you coming along with
$500 to $800 for an umpire versus some of the players I could get for that money?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Well, so it's kind of funny. So this one right here, that's the reason why I sent this one in to be graded, because it looked so nice. I figured it was probably going to come back, say, around a 7-ish. That was my guesstimate. And I was like, if it comes back, say, a 7, I can probably get $500-600 for it. Right. I will sell it, downgrade, buy another one for because raw, these are about $30. Buy another one raw for about $30, and then use that money to buy more for the set because I'm building the 55 set. So that was my plan. Instead,
how far along are you with it?
200. Let's see, what do I have? I have about 217 of the 320 cards, I believe, something like that.
Great.
So, and but yeah, this one right here. So that's what happened with this one, and what it came back is colored. So basically, someone took a color and just touched the corners and stuff to brown them up.
Which
at least that's what
SGC happens a lot with that set because of the chipping.
Yep. So that's one of the things about SGC that I appreciate now is the fact that they'll tell you what they find. So
Bill Clown.
Here's my umpire.
Nice.
I remember your video on that.
The umpire cards are actually, I think they're cool. They're a unique part of collecting and stuff,
Yeah.
That's one of the things I like about it.
So George, where on SGC do you find where they tell you? Do you get an email or is it on their site? If it's
so
I haven't seen that.
So it's new, I believe.
Okay.
So like now, so like all of these cards, and I can show you on my phone. Let's see. So like now, SGC, when you submit the cards, now, they send you these scans.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Like automatically, they send you the scans, and then along with that, let me see. I just gotta find it here. Along with that, they will send a thing that talks. It's with your grades, and like this is just a screenshot of it, but it'll show you the grades. And trying to get it to focus, but right there it says color added.
Oh, okay. I've never seen that.
So I got a 3, a color added, and a 1.5. My 1.5 was the Willie Mays, which is I expected a 1, got a 1.5, so that's fine.
Awesome.
It's that's the one that Bud said. Bud was like, kind of, screw you, putting my name on the card right there, and kind of hard to see, but I was like, and he did it in pencil, so I could have erased it, but I was like, I'm not erasing Bud's name. That's part of the history of the card.
Right.
I'm not worried. I know it's not going to grade high. I'm not looking to bump the score up, because like you say, Don, I'm not worried about the grade. I just want the card slabbed.
Right.
So.
Nina, I'm going to share with you a first baseman card that you'll probably not have anybody else recommend for you. It's the 53 Bowman, of course, Whitey Lockman. This is a great one. I feel like
is he an
obviously
Indian?
it's he's not an Indian, but don't let that knock it, Nina. This is like if the photographer clearly like posed this, but you could make the argument this is a play that the catcher made to first base because the angle is a little weird, but it's awesome.
The Gil Hodges is similar to that.
Yeah. That's another good one. That's another good one. Good call.
Nina, you can't go wrong with Stargell. That's all I have to say at first.
He's another pretty good guy.
Right.
Lou Gehrig, maybe. Jimmy Fox. No, Fox was a catcher.
Yeah, let me go grab that.
Here's another one that'll go to SGC. The Last Mutual.
Yep. There you go,
Jesse. You beat me to it. Here, let's.
How do you guys have those cards just sitting right next to you? Oh, he mentioned it. Let me pull it up. Jeez.
I got my rollaway. I'm gonna have to show you guys this later.
Your what?
My cabinet, my little rollaway. Not my beast or my big unit here, but I'll show you guys eventually.
So
You gotta do another. Jesse, you gotta do another like a card room tour again. It's been a while.
I'm on a test with John Mangini and Rick, Oddball Cards. It's sick, the cards. Like, John will throw up 20 cards at a time. My phone just keeps going off. It's unbelievable. Like, you think their channels are great? You should see. That's like a small percentage of what they have. It's like, oh my gosh. Like, how do you guys have all these cards?
So,
Rick will try stomping him.
Yeah.
You have this one, and then John will throw up like 6 of them.
You're talking. Since we're talking vintage, here's some vintage for you. Vintage KBO. And what I mean by vintage KBO, this is actually 1998. But it's not vintage, but this is like one of the first. And when I say first, like, they released cards, then like for a few years, then they stopped, then they released cards. So, and basically the league didn't start until 82. So 80s would be kind of vintage, right? If you think about it, in the aspect of KBO cards. So.
Hey, Nina, you asked which Stargell. Not his most expensive by any means, but I think one of his coolest cards is his 1973. He's actually out waiting for the ball, and there's a Philadelphia Philly running. It's one of my favorite looking Stargell cards. And it's not very expensive.
Nice.
I know Don likes that.
Bought that one at the National last year. I love that card.
That's a nice one.
And he's actually in the batter circle, which is it's actually getting used. I like that.
The unit slaughter from that one is pretty cool too.
It is. I love when they're kneeling with the bats, like a couple bats. I love those cards.
Yeah, totally.
That card's surprisingly expensive.
Yeah.
For me, anyways, I was surprised when I started looking
Short
for
print.
it.
Short
Oh,
print.
is it? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one is that?
The Luke Easter.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's like something from like card 92 to card 110. Like that sheet from the set was printed far less than everything else.
Yeah, I did what you did at the end of your run, Alex. It was like I couldn't find it, or at least couldn't find one in what I wanted to pay in nice shape, and I ended up at the National buying a raw version. I was with James, the lead hunter at the time, looking at two of them, and then just sent it in for grading.
What did it get?
Got a 4 SGC, which I was fine with. I just, it's not perfectly centered, but it's pretty good compared to some of the ones I saw. So
Cool. Hey, John.
Speaking of John,
John's always lurking there. So
Yeah, I don't know why I hit the accept button, John. It just
it was a mistake.
happened.
Hey, John, I have your money, but you don't know where our Airbnb is, so you better be nice to me.
Oh, who doesn't love that card?
awesome card.
It is.
I've got it somewhere in a case over here. Somewhere. Yeah, I've so speaking of SGC, like these right here were sent out on January 26th. They arrived back at my doorstep on February 25th.
Wow.
So less than a month from Korea, slabbed back.
What's SGC doing that PSA can't figure out? I don't get it.
No.
I don't either. I mean, like, I'm a big fan of SGC now. Like, the thing was, I've never been like not a fan of SGC. It's not something that it wasn't like, oh, I don't like their stuff. It was just I was kind of like you, Alex. I think with your 53 set, I had just started with PSA, and I was just like, oh, I just want to do PSA.
Yeah,
But then when,
it's like no rhyme or reason to it. It's just sort of like you get stuck in this. And Don ruined that for me. I had this streak going.
Yeah, right.
Post-war PSA, pre-war SGC, and Don threw a wrench into that.
How did I ruin it?
I got that PSA. You sent me that.
Oh, the Garinger.
The Garinger. Yeah, you've thrown it all off. But it doesn't like. There's no reason for it. Like it's fine that it's PSA.
right.
But no, George, I totally agree. It's like you sort of get into this habit, and then you're like, but SGC right now is just killing it in terms of turnaround.
Right.
So,
And I mentioned that in a video the other day. I was just like, I was doing it, and I think a lot of times I was doing it because that's what I kind of thought, and that's a lot of what I saw.
Easy,
a lot of
Rick.
people like I'm all this or something, and it made me kind of just be like, but that really isn't me. I'm a person that's just fly by the seat of my pants, just kind of go with stuff.
right.
So why do I have to have everything that's the same?
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously why, right? Like PSA is like totally drowning in submissions compared to SGC. I mean, I get
Right.
that, but it doesn't feel like they've really done anything much to address it.
Yeah, but last year they were backed up. I mean, they've turned it around. I mean, they were out 6 or 7 months.
That's true.
Not what PSA is at, and I agree. PSA is getting a lot more, but they figured out a way to. They were smart. Like at the National, they didn't grade cards, and they're like, "I'm not going to piss," or not. They weren't going to. They're like, "We're going to get the cards graded that we already have." And they were putting out a ton of stuff. Like they still had a ton of people at their booths. It's like I don't think it hurt them at all.
Right.
It's just
you can you can go with BRG here, which is a Korean grading company. I actually really like this company, to be quite honest. I mean, they're local, so I can get stuff done easily and inexpensively. But the slabs do look nice. Their grading process, I would put their 10s up against the 10s of PSA or whatever, because I mean, like they're strict. They're not afraid to they're not afraid to throw a 6 on you or something like that. I mean, this is like one of those, but I expected this one to grade low because it had some issues and stuff. I mean, so and I just wanted this slab, and I didn't want it. And because I knew it was going to grade like lower. I didn't want to send it to say like SGC or something like that because it just wasn't worth it for me in terms of cost. I pay like about $18 to get them done here with this company, but and those are PC cards as well. Like, so the Ichiro Pujols, it was a 7.5. Again, I knew it was going to have issues. So, but like, I'm cool with throwing like PC cards like that, like some Otanis and stuff. It came a 9. But I'm cool with throwing those here. And I'm actually going to start sending some of my Korean cards here because that's kind of like going to be their specialty in a way, is like the Korean stuff. So, being a Korean company. But.
Makes sense. Don, what's your focus these days? Anything that you've been looking at in particular? I saw you just post a video. I'm excited to watch some vintage stuff you picked up.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that. Yeah, so I just finished the 54 Topps Hall of Fame run.
Nice.
And I'm working on the 50 Bowman and the 57 Topps right now. So I had 3 sets that I was going after, and I finished those. And like the 54, I already had Aaron and Banks and K-Line and Mays and the 2 Williams. So it was pretty easy. There's no mantle in it.
Yeah.
So that made it easy. Same with the 50 Bowman. After I picked up Jackie Robinson, the only really, I need about 10 of them, but the big guy that I still need is Williams. But then like 57, I still need, there's a lot of, there's Brooks Robinson. He's not cheap. Bunning's rookie, which I'm like, do I really want to spend money on Jim Bunning's rookie? It's like, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to finish that one. And then, like I said earlier, I'm on with John and Rick, and the pre-war stuff they show is amazing. And I'm trying to educate myself on that because I don't know. I have about 20 cards from that, pre-war. But just the stuff these guys show, but it's so pricey.
Yeah.
Because I like Hall of Famers. I don't go after just some guy that was in a certain pre-war set.
Right.
Yeah, Nina, I don't really have it's kind of based on like the 54 set. One day I realized I had like 75% of them, and I didn't purposely try to get that set. So Nina was kind of like, well, it's pretty easy for me to finish. And I just go after some of the ones I like. The 76 had sentimental value. I like the 56 Topps, so I finished that. I thought the 64 stand-up Topps were really cool. A lot of people don't know those and collect those, so that was something a little different. So that's why I went after those sets.
Don, you're telling me Gus Guest doesn't do it for you? Look at that card.
I appreciate it, but I don't know who that is. It's cool. Look at that glove.
Jesse,
Right? One of the main reasons I got it.
Yeah.
One of the reasons those cards for me are fun to go after is because nobody else is, and because they're affordable.
And that's where I might have to go if I go that route, because I can't afford the Hall of Fame.
I mean, I was just telling Jesse, like the T206 list that I made like 4 years ago, and I can't get any of those cards.
Yeah,
right
I don't
now.
have.
So,
but like you've been talking about the Diamond Stars, Alex. You can get some of those cards at a decent price.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's a cool set.
Here's another example. Just cards I like to pick up. Just he's swinging. He's got a glove in his back pocket.
That's amazing. Yeah.
That is cool.
Who is that?
Amos Strong. I love the name.
I still don't understand how they had cooler names back in the day than we got now.
Right. Yeah, I think
Curious how Don doesn't have many cards from his youth. Is that a sore subject?
I don't know what he's talking about. Alan's an ass. No, I'm just kidding. He's always busting my balls. No, he's a good guy. No, the joke is that I was around when Hannes Wagner played and all those guys.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because I'm older than him by a year or whatever.
But hey, a year is a long time, man.
I'm kidding. I don't even know how old he is.
In Korea, you'd have to like refer to people differently because there's a year difference in age.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, so you do that, but then there does reach a point where everybody's just old, so it doesn't matter anymore. like really, like you call them like, you know, like young or older brother. So like if you're a year older than me, like when we're younger, even into like say our 20s and 30s and stuff like that, I'm still going to call you young, which means older brother. But then once we start to reach like say 40s and 50s, we're just chingu, which is friends. So it's this weird dynamic in Korea. It kind of eventually switches in a way. So, you know. But yeah, so that's a little Korean knowledge there in terms of the culture here. And it's hard to get used to as well. But fortunately for me, like I'm of that age group where I don't really have to worry too much anymore. Being in the 40s, like I said, once you get in your 40s, you can kind of relax. You don't have to worry as much about it. And you just call people normally instead of having to use like, you know, older brother, younger brother. I mean, we still use younger. It's so funny. We kind of talk down to them like, oh, you're my younger brother or my younger sister, so to speak.
We do that in this country too, though.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the story? Why are you in Korea? Or is it for work or?
Yes, but that like it was, man, it's a long story, but the short part of the story is that I basically
give us the back of the baseball card length version.
Yeah, there you go.
I was dating someone from this area when they lived in America.
That'll do it.
And they had to, and because they were my neighbor, they were my neighbor, and their job ended. They had to move back, and then I was just kind of like, you know what? I wouldn't mind, like, you know, maybe teaching and living abroad and whatnot. So I just got a job here, came over, and have stayed. We're not together anymore, but like that's the short of the story. That's how it ended up happening.
Wow.
So, you know.
Do you plan on moving back, or are you a lifer over there now?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a lifer, but I'm definitely very long term. Like, and when I say very long term, because I mean, I'm happy with stuff here. It's become home.
Right.
You know, in a way, in terms of like, I've spent almost 25% of my life here. So, you know,
Wow.
Not quite, but almost. So, you know, it's like I've been here long enough that it's comfortable and I enjoy the work. So, you know, but I will, did I dump her when she refused to go to the national? Yeah, exactly. No, I wasn't even collecting at that time. I was out of collecting at that time. I didn't get back into collecting until 2017. When I say collecting, MLB, that is. I started collecting KBO stuff in around 2015. So, but yeah, that's a short story. Like how I got here. It was just relationship. Someone that I was dating was from around here. And so I ended up coming over and just stayed. I mean, I enjoyed it. So people here are nice. Food's good. Like it's comfortable.
Yeah, there's a couple of you, you know, Tony, JP Wisco, and
Yeah.
a few other guys.
Yeah. And
hey Jesse,
and
I'm adding that 58 tops Ernie Banks All-Star to my list.
There you go.
Cards, the blue back.
Yeah, I just really like it. It's great. It's it's like one of those cards. I'm sure I've seen it before, but just didn't pay attention to it, and it's great.
I've just got so many stacks of cards on my desk right now.
That's where I'm at right now.
Like it's absolutely horrible right now, and it's because I've got so many things going on that I'm doing. It's like, oh, I'm putting this stuff in one place. I'm sending this stuff off to grading. I got this stuff back from grading, and of course, I'm like, I need to do a video about this, and I haven't done any of them. The stuff's just sitting on the desk. So,
Right. Do you guys? Here's a YouTube question. Do you guys find yourselves feeling like potential videos piling up? Like, oh, I should do a mail day for this, or I should do a video for that, and then at a certain point, you're like, okay, there's just too much, and then you just kind of drop the video idea.
yeah, and don't even do it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was gonna do a review of last year, and then it hit February, and I still hadn't done it. Forget it. It's not worth it at this point.
Yeah, like a small window. Yeah.
I do exactly that though. I just stuff builds up, and I'll even say in like a video, like maybe on one of the drives to work, I'll be like, oh yeah, I got this stuff. I'm gonna do a video. That video never comes because I just don't like. Even though I've got my setup and stuff where I can like set everything up, and but I just don't even fool with it. I'm just like, whatever. I'm like, they'll eventually see the cards.
Yeah, I filmed a video today that I haven't posted yet, and I was going to film it or post it 2 weeks ago, and it was basically, or it is, me finishing the 1954 Topps Hall of Famers. Wouldn't you know it, Mike Monahan, baseball card collector, that day put up a video, 1954 baseball Hall of Famers. I was like, are you kidding me?
Right.
I'm like, well, I'm not going to post this now. I'm like,
Yep.
boy.
Yep. I've had exactly the same thing, and it's so funny because like when you do that, because sometimes I'll do a video and I'll like schedule it to upload, and like it will upload when I'm driving to work or something. So like I'm not at the computer, but it will just upload because I scheduled it. I'll get to work and I'll turn on my YouTube to just put on the headphones and listen. And somebody will pop on with a recently uploaded video, and it'll be the exact thing that I just uploaded. and they may even be like live doing it. Like it may be like a live chat doing it. And I'm like, damn it, I did that like 3 days ago, and I'm just now uploading it. And now like theirs is going to overtake mine. But, so
TJ Mac.
Yeah, Terry.
I like when folks make one video a week. That's my goal. TJ Mac Vintage Cards is great about doing this. His collection is amazing. Yeah, Terry's collection is great, and his videos are great. Yeah, I wish I could make videos on a more consistent basis. I used to, I was making like 2 or 3 videos a week in the beginning, but I can't do that anymore. And part of it's just time, but also like just not, my collection's not big enough to have enough to show. But yeah, Terry's videos are awesome.
Yeah, around 2000 or 2008, somewhere in that time period, I was on the PSA forums, and there was this guy who had all these great display cases, and he would have the whole year of cards. And then 12 years later, I'm on YouTube, and I see this guy's video, and I'm like, I've seen those display cases before. And it was Terry. And when I first got on, I was like, was that you? I swear I saw your cards before. It's like, yeah, that was me.
Right. That's great.
So he's got great stuff. And he has great stories behind it, too, why he does it, and his father and his father-in-law, and it's very cool.
All right.
Alex, you can do like me. Just post the same card over and over and over again.
I pretty much do. I pretty much do that. I've shown, like every card I've got, I've shown at least 6 times. So.
Here, of course.
Just come at it from a different angle, right? Like every time a different angle,
It's been 3 years, Josh.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't mind repeat videos, John and George.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Josh, if we see a video at any point, it'll be.
I've been keeping track. It's almost 3 years, Josh.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Josh video.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I'll have to go
As I
back.
recall. Yeah, and Josh
Nina's
has been
rule is
busy.
one a month. Nina, you better crank it up. I haven't seen a video from you in months.
Yeah,
I
Nina.
was gonna post a video today, but now I guess I'll take the time to just do it here.
This counts as a video. This is a
Here's my
Jetsy video.
pickup. Here's my pickup of the day.
Dude, I love those short prints like that. Those legend short prints.
Yeah,
They're great.
there's one. Here's the other. Save me some time, Alex. Thanks.
my guy. Like, I'm glad you showed. Like, I'm glad you're showing that. I got an Arenado I need to send to SGC actually.
Happy to help out, Alan.
Nina, I missed that somehow.
Nice.
I'll have to go back and watch it.
Oh yeah.
Got the blowing bubbles collection going here.
Venezuelan, condition sensitive. Here, let me show you how the cardstock on this, the thickness
It
on
is
this
paper. Yeah.
paper.
Oh,
Right.
man, that's hurting me watching you do that to that card.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Believe me, I didn't do. So there's that. Here's this pickup.
Nice. That's awesome.
And then I couldn't say no to this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That photograph is great in any card because it's in like several different card iterations, but it's awesome.
Yeah, he's on. I want to Stallmeyer that so bad. It's so.
So do I.
That's
Mangini has that thing, and it's like every time I see it.
That's a great card. And what is 51 Roman? Is that too? Yep, there it is. That's a great card.
Yeah.
When I got back into collecting, I had no idea there were photographs that these cards were taken from. It's one of the things I learned being on here. It's so cool to see the photographs that these cards were based on.
Yeah, so like that's a great card.
That's cool in the Expos jersey. I like that.
Nice.
I would buy that. Jesse, you can send that to me. If you like.
So I love this Campanella, the 55. Yeah. I know I'm partial to it because I'm building the set, but
I like that set. I think some of the 55 Bowmans are awesome.
Right. It's just he's, looking over, smiling.
Like the Aaron and the Banks, the K-Line and the Mays, they're all great cards in that set. The Baron, love them.
Like,
who's that?
Rex Hudler.
I forgot about that one. That's a Bob Lewis special, right?
Yeah, I've never seen that one before.
Looking intense there.
Right? Like you, Jordan. All the cards here and you're trying to put.
Yeah, like that's the thing. It's like I was reading the comments there, but yeah, like I pile stuff up and with the intention of making videos or doing something with it, I get behind because of work, life, whatever. And it just sometimes happens, sometimes it doesn't. But it's so funny. Like these SGC cards, I've shown them off on your video here. Those were meant for a video. These right here that I just gotten back from the Korean company, they were meant for a video. I've shown. So like you said, I've done my video now, Alex. I was like, go check out Alex's channel if you want to see the reveal.
There you
on
go.
these cards.
Yeah.
So
saving everybody the trouble of making a video.
Shout out to Brent, Near Mint Musings.
Dude, I used to love Kenny Lofton so much. Was a huge Lofton fan growing up.
With the Willie Mays Hayes pose.
Exactly.
He played about 10 games for the Pirates.
Right.
I think there's a lot of guys that played 10 games for the Pirates, though.
There is. Louis Dion, Kirk Gibson. Like, there is, man. It's like
that would be a fun set.
Lee Mazzilli.
10 games for the Pirates set registry.
Yeah.
I'm I'm sitting here looking because, like I said, I'm looking for stuff to send to SGC, and I'm like, oh, there's another T206 that's hanging out over here. Like, I've got.
Oh, geez, here's just another T206.
Well,
Bob Lewis likes this one.
It's because I'm not organized, man.
Right. What was that? Is that William Perry?
No,
Oh, no, that's Singletary.
Because
Mike Singletary.
This one right here is the partner.
Well, how did they convince him to do that? Like, just wear this dumbass hat. Okay.
Oh
Like,
man,
who is that?
Jesse, you opened up your goofball cabinet.
Oh yeah, making love to the wood, man. Making love to the wood.
Jeez.
Nice.
He had the record for the longest field goal forever.
Right?
Classic right here.
Yeah, that is a classic. That's not a cheap card. That card is expensive.
Right? Oh,
I got lucky. I got the pack on this one and opened it.
I got my puffer bomb
better,
somewhere.
That's better than buying it on its own. Actually, pulling it out of a pack, that's great.
I got somewhere in these stacks. I got the bong puffer just hanging out. The puffer bong.
I'm not familiar with that.
So it's because it's the Korean player, and his name is Jung Bong, Bong, and then he's on a rookie card with a Brandon Puffer, I believe it is. I think it's Brandon Puffer. So the Bong Puffer card.
Oh yeah.
I think I've seen that now that you mention it.
Yeah. So it's kind of one of those that's sort of popular among people that like the weirdness of cards because it's like, oh, it's a Bong Puffer. So
there's a guy that Rick showed the other day, vintage all ball cards. He played for the Steelers. His name is Dick Shine.
yeah.
Like, seriously, what are parents thinking? Like,
yep. Oh, great card.
That's kind of cool. I'd never buy it, but it's cool.
Right. I like Don's honesty. He's like, I wouldn't have that, but it's cool.
Yeah, but I'm glad Jesse has it.
Right.
Could live vicariously. Nice. Oh wow, that's
87 Calby.
Right.
Got to share that. I mean,
yep, that's true.
Facts are facts.
So this right here is the brother card to this card. So Vic Willis was the pitcher, but this one's got him pitching. This one's got him in a batting, whatever, hitting, pitching, whatever.
I kind of like that
angle, I'm
because
trying to get it right.
You can kind of pick and choose which is your bird.
Yep.
Card.
So.
All right, guys, I should probably call it for the night.
I'm gonna have to get breakfast here in a minute.
Yeah.
Ready for bed.
Bedtime for you guys. Breakfast time.
7:30. Gotta call it.
It's 9:25 a.m. for me. So
4:25 over here.
I was late getting up this morning, but that's all because I didn't go to bed till 2:00 this morning because I got on a Netflix binge. There was a new Korean Juvenile Justice or something like that. I can't even
There's always something like that.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Let me look. What was the name of it? The name of it is Juvenile Justice. Korean drama, TV drama. It's pretty intense. I was enjoying it until 2:00 in the morning, and I was like, all right, I got to go to bed. So.
And then you had to wake up and get on YouTube.
I did.
Sensible.
Yeah. Well, guys, it was fun being on here. Jesse, show your face more often. It's awesome hanging out with you. As always, Alex, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks to all you guys, and thanks for everybody in the chat. We'll do it again soon.
See y'all later.
Definitely. All right,
See you
guys,
guys.
take it easy.
Later.
Peace. See ya.